YouTube, how the fuck you doing? Hey guys, Nadeshot. Today I'm bringing a brand new video from the Red Bull Esports Studios. This is Warhawk TDM, and I figured since there is a Warhawk 24/7 playlist that this would be the best thing to do. I'm using the Vepr, which I didn't want to go into another pub and use like a tryhard class, even though, I mean, in a sense this is a tryhard class, but it's not like the Vector Red Dot that all the pros use in the Remington. I wanted to just pick a different SMG, and at some point during this game I actually picked up Ripper, and I don't own any of the DLC, but I think I'm actually going to buy that, and I promise you guys is not a Call of Duty Ghost plug. You guys know that I would not be plugging this game and trying to get you guys to buy stuff. But the Ripper itself, I'm going to have a lot of fun with that. I'm going to pick that up and maybe do some videos with it. I can't play Black Ops 2 either. I know a lot of you guys are kind of sick of Call of Duty Ghosts, but I don't have an Xbox 360 here. So I'm just trying to brainstorm things that we can do until Advanced Warfare comes out. So I figured today we'd talk about how I went pro. Now, I know a lot of you guys probably know my story in a sense, but anybody that hasn't been subscribed to me for like the last year or even before that, you probably don't know. So I just want to give you guys a background so that if you guys want to ever try to go professional in Call of Duty, that maybe you guys could follow the same steps as me. Now, I didn't have like a specific way of doing this, but I can just give you guys the steps that I took that helped me become better. So I actually didn't even start on Call of Duty. I started in Halo, and then my first ever major LAN event was MLG Chicago 2007, and it was on Gears of War. I always hated Call of Duty. The first experience I had with Call of Duty was COD 2, and that was when I first got my Xbox 360. I put the game in, and I literally got spawn trapped for the next 5 minutes, and I never played it after that. I absolutely hated it because of that one experience. And so when I was grinding Halo and Gears of War, this game, COD 4, came out, and that was in 2007. And all my friends were playing it, so they convinced me to pick it up, and I was like, all right, fine. I asked for it for Christmas. I ended up getting it. I didn't have a job at the time, so that was like the only way for me to get video games. And I started grinding. And at first I was like, all right, well, I probably should be playing Team Deathmatch. That sounds the funnest. That's what everybody wants to play when they first get a game. And all my friends convinced me to play Search and Destroy. So for like 8 hours a day, 8 to 10 hours a day, we would just grind Search and Destroy public playlists because that was what was fun for us. And we weren't playing like game battles or anything at the time, so it was like a pure competition just between us, so like who can get the most kills. So every single round we were just rushing over and over and over, seeing who could drop the most kills. And at the time, I wish I had a capture card because I was putting up like 18 to 20 kills on some good games. And that was when it was up to 4. And competitive, it's up to 6 now. First to 6 wins the Search and Destroy map. And at the time, it was up to 4. So if you got over like 15 kills, that was like godlike. So for me, those are some of my best memories that I have from Call of Duty 4, just grinding that out. And then after a while, we didn't really have that much competition. So we actually moved to game battles. We were just looking for other places to play. My friends and I knew about game battles from Gears of War and Halo, but we never really got into it with those games. But when Call of Duty 4 came out and we got bored of the S&D pubs, that's what we did. And it was nothing spectacular at the beginning. Like we were going like 5-3 or 5-4, and then we'd want to disband the team and try and remake it, see if we can get that undefeated record. And I remember at one point, our team was called Chase the Chickens, and because the chickens on what map was that? I don't remember specifically what the map was, but there was chickens on it, and that's where we got it from. And that was when we decided that we were going to take it serious. Then we won 17-0, and at that we lost the next game, but it didn't matter because that was what got me hooked on competitive Call of Duty. Long story short, my friends didn't play it as much, so I needed to look for other places and other people to play with. And at the time, like, my biggest thing and the biggest question people have for me is like, how do you find teammates and how do you find people to play with? And for me, you gotta sell yourself. Like, you gotta be a salesman. Say, like, somebody kicks your ass in a GB match, you gotta say, man, I need to try and get that guy on my team. So you need to sell yourself like, hey, I'm getting better. I think we'd be a really good team. Come play with me. And that's really what I did from the rip, and that's how I met everybody. It's kind of like the real world. You have to network yourself. You have to introduce yourself to people, get them to know you, and then whenever maybe they're like a free agent, need a team, like, hey, man, let's try it out. Give me a chance. And that's what I did to progressively get on better teams. Because my whole motto is like, if I'm the worst person on my team, that means my team's going to be really good because I consider myself to be an extraordinary player. And if everybody else on my squad is better than me, like, how are we going to lose? So those are the steps that I took. I actually also, if this is just a tip, if you have like a best friend who's just as good as you or better, I would definitely highly recommend having a duo, because at the time I had my friend, we played with each other for like 2 years. I lost touch with him. I don't know him anymore, but He's from Texas. He didn't go to school. He lived on a farm, and he ran the farm with his brother and his mom. So his gamer tag at the time was I Emerge. So, dude, if you're out there, we haven't talked in years, but I'd love to talk to you again. If somehow you see this video, probably not, but it's a stretch. But now, like I said, I have my other duo, my teammates. I got Scump and then Proof and Clay. But those are the steps that I took to become a professional Call of Duty player. I just grinded the game. I know everybody always says practice, 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 and you're only going to get better with practice, which is completely true 100%. I just took a different formula with that practice and played a specific game type, and then I gradually got myself learning respawn game types, and that's how I got to where I am today. S&D pubs, baby. That's where it all started for me. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please like, comment, subscribe if you guys enjoyed the story. And, guys, I hope that you can one day fulfill your dream of being a professional gamer if that's something you guys want to do. Have a great day, and YouTube. We'll see you fudging later. 32-4, baby. What's good? Warhawk TDM. Goodbye.